To start the conference, we should say that the opening words we should give for a good bridging with the previous conference. The EUROPARC conference in 2018 has happened in a beautiful world place called Scotland. And Scotland has, there are some from Scotland already in the audience, I see you. But you remember that that was a very nice topic there to speak about the youth and the young people, how they share the values of nature. And bridging that, I should invite for opening of the conference, the first speaker here, and this will be Miss Māra Lieplapa, who is the member of limited company, but she is a young entrepreneur, and she has been awarded several times to be the best startup in Latvia, to be among the best startups in Europe from Junior Achievement Organization, and she is one of the best trademarks in Latvia recognized. But the main reason is that there is a very brave concept inside how carefully we use the natural resources for the businesses. So, Miss Māra Lieplapa, I invite you here for giving the first opening speeches, and we will continue with other ones. Mostly welcome.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Māra, and it's my true honor to be here today to share my story about how I've been exploring the world by having nature in my mind and what it has taught me to bring me where I am today. To begin, I'd like to mention that I grew up in a rural area of Latvia, in Madona region, which is located on east part of the country. It's a nice place. We have the highest peak of Latvia there, as well as 15 Natura 2000 areas around this small region. However, when I started school, I soon realized that the massive information flow, the opinions and idioms of society that I felt were trying to affect my decisions, my perspectives, and my values of life. It was then when I realized and understood that nature was what I associated with freedom. It's not like I'm not sociable or I don't like studying. It's just that being in nature, I feel my best self when I'm there. Being able to spend a lot of my childhood outdoors in nature allowed me to express my curiosity. It was my curiosity towards life, towards nature, environmental issues, climate change, and everything that comes with it. And curiosity, however, allows to express creativity. My imagination was amazing, and I was able to come up with new ideas, new solutions in just a few seconds. I was learning by doing. Just like this sphagnum moss looks fluffy and nice only when you decide to take a proactive action by squeezing it. You understand that it actually can obtain a whole bottle of water. I wanted to explore the world, to see and experience different freedoms around the world, because I felt that it was crucial for my own development, my education, and I felt that it's the place to be at this very busy moment of life. Then, 4 years ago, I started my studies in university here in Riga. It was my time to experience the big city life, which I was totally not ready for. So soon I came up with an idea and solution that I could arrange with my home university, that each year of my studies I would spend in different countries around the world. In this case, it was Sweden, Austria, and China. I was living in villages surrounded by mountains, forests, endless lakes, and I was receiving excellent education. So I felt most of my time I felt like I was in the place because I was able to reach my professional dreams as well as to be in the place where I feel most valued, which was in nature in this case. And by having entrepreneurial education, passion for nature, as well as ability to innovate, I decided that I want to found my own company, which would benefit society, nature, and also just simply bring more joy. So I founded Plukt, a hand-picked herbal tea brand from Latvia. In Plukt, we aim to involve local community by involving them into our supply chain, such as local farmers and sensitive groups of society. And Plukt is the first one to introduce pyramid tea bags, which are made of cornstarch, allowing them to decompose in nature within 30 days only. With this innovation and product, we aim to replace existing tea bags so that we could make a major difference by reducing waste created in this industry every day by simply having a cup of tea. And Plukt is the one who reminds and encourages people that well-being is the latest trend and we should definitely follow it. And in Plukt, we believe that this might be one of people's favorite rituals of the day. And again, the latest trend of well-being. And maybe it can also become a reconnecting point for us with nature by having a cup of pure tea from Nordic wildlife meadows. And by being very passionate about nature and following it, as well as feeling this special attraction towards it, just by having this company 1 year so far, we have received various acknowledgements, such as we become the best startup of the year in Latvia, following the second best startup in Europe, and also becoming one of the best trademarks in Latvia among 55 industrial players. And all of this in the startup and technology niche. However, we are representing very traditional product and traditional industry, but passion and attraction and creativity was what made it very special. And me, myself, am also the young entrepreneur of this year. And by sharing this story with you all today, it makes me want to think that when we are taught of nature as something very vital and necessary for our everyday lives from very early age, we don't want to harm it at any point of our lives. And that maybe what we need to do today is to pay more attention to how we can reconnect with nature and make sure that we come up with solutions that will only benefit nature and ourselves. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Māra. And you should take one note from that. Māra mentioned highest peak of Latvia. She's living close to highest peak in Latvia, and I should say that every child in school learns that highest peak on Latvia is 311.52 centimeters. And this says something about Latvians, because the highest mountains, we don't use the word hill in Latvian. We have just serious mountains, like Cloud Mountain, like Sun Mountain, and all the peaks, they are really like, she's from Latvian highlands. Even we are the flat country. But that says something about Latvia. We are extremely proud of everything what we have, even in a minor scale. So excellent presentation. Thank you, Māra, so much. And thank you, Scotland, for giving this bridge, reconnecting the youth generation, because we always give the hope for that generation that we already failed, but the next will come and do the world better.